Hello, I want to share an idea with you today, and that is how can I live my life every moment in joy? That's right. How can I live in a joyful place every moment of my day? Now, I know you're listening to that right now and you think it sounds crazy or impossible or no way that's going to happen, but let me share an idea with you. The way that we can be joyful in the moment is to be in what I'm going to refer to the smiley face, be in the now. So, what I want to talk to you about is what are the reasons that we avoid the now and how can we overcome it? So, number one, why do we avoid the now? Well, I believe in my life experience, and I've talked to quite a few people over the past 2 or 3 days, and this just continues to come up as a theme for some reason. Maybe it's where we are in the world right now. But there's usually two things that keep us from living in this present moment, and that is this. Number one, we're thinking about the past. You notice I put a sad face here because I think we all can agree on one thing. No matter who we are, none of us can change what happened in the past. You know what? I've had bad bosses. I've been divorced. I have had challenges in relationships. I've had financial setbacks. I mean, I've had a lot of things in my life happen that when I just stop and think about that as a past thing, it can be a burden. But what we also do is we look to the future and this isn't a happy or a sad face, it's more of a worry face. It's fear. We worry, what if this happens? What if I get sick? What if my family gets sick? What if I lose this? What if I get fired? Well, the list just goes on and on and on. So what I want you to think about is number one, you cannot control the past. I invite you to practice forgiveness. And if you are dealing with somebody or something or a situation, again, I just mentioned I've had broken relationships in my life. Maybe you have. But one way that I have gotten through that is I've chose to forgive, right? So forgiving is all about just saying to yourself that I choose today to acknowledge what has happened. I choose to forgive you, not because you apologized to me, not because you made amends with me, but because I deserve inner peace. And that's something that I carry with myself in my life. No matter what the situation is, who it was, it only hurts myself to be consistently focused in the past and angry about something or something that didn't go my way. Now, when we think about the future, when we worry, this is really silly because if you think about it, can any of us control the future? None of us can, okay? Yeah, we can set goals, we can try to make things happen, but at the end of the day, worrying about something that might not go our way just doesn't make any sense because there's no magical power. If I had a magical power, I would give it to you and I would tell you how to do it, but I can't really control what's going to happen in the world or what some outcomes could be. I'll do my best, but worrying about it and being fearful about it, is that really going to get me to where I want to go? No. So we have this emotion of fear and worry, and then we have this emotion of anger, resentment, regret. And if we focus on those two things, that's going to determine the quality of our life, right? So our quality of our life is determined by the emotions we live in. So let's get back to the sweet spot right here in the middle. Let's get back to the now. What does the now mean? The now is the only moment that you and I have control of right now. There's nothing we can do except what is right here. We can control this moment. We can control how we feel about this moment. So some of the practices I invite you to do is, number one, I invite you to know that you can choose. You can choose what you're doing with your life. You can choose the relationships you're in. You can choose the habits. You can choose to feel good about yourself. You can choose to forgive. You can choose so many things. And it's all about being in this moment right now. The other thing I want you to think about is that joy is a choice. Happiness is a choice. Can you be happy even when things aren't going your way? Of course you can. Remember that saying, one day we'll look back on this and laugh? Why not laugh about it right now? I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but why not? Why take yourself so seriously? And the last thing I will share is if you are dealing with something challenging in this moment, I want you to look for the gift. Ask yourself, what is good about this? Broken relationships, bad bosses. I'm thinking of, things that I've been through in my life, and I've always come away with, my gosh, I'm really happy where I am. If I was still with that person, or if I was still in that job, or still in that company, or still doing this or doing that, I would be miserable right now. So the bottom line is joy is a choice and living in the moment is a choice. Living in the moment will result in joy if you choose that. Always here to serve you and inspire you. Have a wonderful rest of